Hello and welcome to Module 5 of our course. You might have felt lately like you've been spinning a lot of plates trying to deal with the end of the school year and this course. Well, hopefully things are mellowing out with your end of the school year and things are hopefully becoming a little bit more comfortable with the course. So hopefully you won't feel like you're spinning quite so many plates right now. Anyhow, excuse that. I wanted to introduce you to this week's module. First of all, I want to thank you for a great class session last week. I'm sorry that I didn't plan for enough time with the case study. We're going to do another case study in July, and I'll allot more class time for that. But I wanted to say that last Wednesday, I was having a really rough day, and having class with you all really buoyed me, and it was a great way to end the day. So thank you so much for that. Also, I want to just remind you that this is the last week where I will identify tasks for you all in the task section of the module. So after this week, that scaffolding is going to be removed and you'll have to make your own tasks, which actually you can do in Blackboard. You can create personal tasks if you want, or you can use any other type of system for making sure that you get everything done. Also, there's only one video mini lesson for this week in the content section of our course, and that's actually the expectations for the presentation that the groups will give on June 18th. So if you already watched that when I sent it to you via an announcement last week, then you're done with the content already. I also included in the content section the links to the assignment sheet and the rubric for the project. Also, for the reading this week, you're going to be finishing the Delpit book, which hopefully you found intriguing. The learner response this week is back to the blog posts. And so your blog post will be due on Thursday, and then each person in your group is expected to reply to a blog of someone else in the group. And it should be a different person than you replied to in Module 3. So figure that out amongst your group how you want to do that. Also, for small groups, two things to keep in mind. One is I highly recommend that you join the session by going to your Google Calendar and clicking on the event. If you do that in your Google Calendar, you should see an event for your small group every week. And if you go into that event, click on it, on the left-hand side, you'll see a link that says Join Google Hangout. Go ahead and join the Google Hangout via that link. Doing so seems to cause fewer problems than when people wait for me to invite them and then try to respond to the invitation. So try to do that. I will still send you an invitation from within the Google Hangout, but hopefully you'll be able to get into it even more easily through the calendar feature. So if you are in, for example, your iSpartan email, then all you have to do is click on the calendar at the top of that page, and it'll take you into your Google Calendar. You can go and find the correct day and time for your small group session. Click on the event that I've invited you to. Once you're in the event, it'll have a link for the Google Hangout. Also, I've been asking folks each week to decide as a group what you want to talk about or focus on during our class or small group time, and that hasn't really been happening. So I'm going to shift things a little bit, and now I'm going to say each person in the group needs to come to small group session with something you want to talk about. It can be a question about an assignment. It can be a request for feedback on something. It can be something from the reading you'd like to discuss. Whatever you want it to be, just come with something. And then with regards to the whole group session on Tuesday, there will be two folks from Library Services here to introduce you to or to remind you about different search features and tools and services that are available via the library that you can capitalize not only for this course but for your entire EDS program here at UNCG. Also, at the end of that session, I'm going to ask you to complete a 3-2-1 protocol, which is like a short sort of exit slip assessment that gives you an opportunity to reflect on what you've learned, what you want to use, and what questions you still have. And you should have received an email from me inviting you to a Google form where you can input your responses to that 3-2-1 protocol. And with regards to assessment, in addition to that little 3-2-1 exit slip for class on Tuesday, there is an assessment within Blackboard on the Delpit reading, which you would access just like you've been accessing the assessments for the last 2 modules, for modules 3 and 4. And then also the other assessment for this week is actually an assessment of me in the course. I'm asking you to give me formative feedback on my instruction and on the course, because we're about midway through the course, and this gives me the opportunity to reflect on your feedback and then to make changes as needed to be responsive to your learner needs. So that pretty much, I think, introduces you to this week, and hopefully you have fewer plates to spin this week. Thank you very much, and as always, if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.